You know what? You got spunk.
Well,
I hate spunk.
I remember I didn't have, a lot of friends. I didn't have many places to go. And a lot of times I would find myself excited to come home because every night at one point on Nick at Night.
You can watch the scary news at 11, or you can watch the merry news at 11. Watch the WJM News every weeknight at 11, 10 Central, only on midnight.
Mary Tyler Moore came on. And Mary, I really looked up to her.
How old are you?
30.
No hedging. No, how old do I look?
Why hedge?
What religion are you?
Mr. Grant, I don't quite know how to say this, but you're not allowed to ask that when someone's applying for a job. It's against the law.
Want to call a cop?
No.
Good. Would you think I was violating your civil rights if I asked if you're married?
Presbyterian.
She was so respectful. She was so dignified, and she was so classy. A lot of people looked up to Mary because Mary was that single, independent, especially in that time when it was a big deal, but I looked at Mary for her character. I liked her character. I liked the way that she treated Lou. I liked how no matter what, she called him Mr. Grant. And I love how she could, get the respect of anyone that was around her, because Mary, you couldn't help but respect her. She was someone to admire. She was someone to look up to. She really was. She had accomplished so much in her life. She really had, in between Dick Van Dyke. She also did a movie with Elvis Presley. She met a lot of important people. And yeah, she is very beautiful. But it wasn't those things that attracted me to Mary Tyler Moore. It was actually her character.
Another development in Washington today, the president signed into law...
Hey, wait a minute. That's the president's story. That's mine. I think I'm supposed to do that, Gertie.
What's the difference, Ted? I've already started it.
But that it's a president's story. I was here first, and I always get the president's story.
And now, speaking for the management of WJM-TV, Mary Richards. And I'm sure after you see her, you'll understand why I say, Mary, I don't know what it is you're for or against, but whatever it is, I'm with you.
Thank you, Gordy. We'd like to speak out tonight for population control. Between the years 1932 and 1978, the population of the world will have doubled.
That should do something for our ratings, eh, Mayor?
Population experts agree that if growth continues at this rate, world population will reach 7 billion by the year 2000.
Hey, I think I'll go into the diaper business.
Which points to a disaster of global importance.
Oh, come on, Mayor. Don't be such a gloomy Gus.
The management of WJM feels that television can play a critical role in the control of population growth.
For sure it
Television
can.
has
As long as they're watching the old tube, they can't make the population grow, can they?
Television has a responsibility.
Get it, Mayor?
Will you shut up, Ted?
The way she carried herself, how she treated other people with such respect that even when she got so upset, she was able to maintain. She was so sweet, and this is the lady that I admired.
Now, if you girls will kindly clear out, I'm going to get back to washing my windows.
All right, Mary. You can stay downstairs with us tonight. There's an extra bed in Bess's room.
Okay, well, listen, I've got a couple of job interviews to go on, so I'll meet you later.
We'll settle this tomorrow, Rhoda.
It's already settled, Phyllis. You out.
But you think that I'm some kind of a pushover, don't you?
Yeah.
Well, then you're in for a little surprise. Because if you push me, then I just might have to push back. Hard.
Come on, you can't carry that off.
I know.
And I know that this is a Christian channel, and yes, there is a lesson to be learned from this. When you walk up to somebody and you ask them, who is your idol? They are so quick to say someone like, oh, I don't know, Michael Jordan. He is the most amazing basketball player ever. These people are idols to millions of people, millions upon millions of people around the world. And they're so quick to throw that word around like a rag doll. But God thought that it was so important for us not to idolize something that he put that in the 10 Commandments, guys. He put it in the 10 Commandments, y'all. It says that we are not to idolize, because Jesus is the only way, the only truth, the only life, and he is the only way that we can get to the Father. That's it, is through the Lord Jesus Christ. So we are not to make an idol of anything, a human being, an object, and that could literally be anything. It could be our phones, it could be our televisions, it could be our video games. An idol is something that you put above God. So if you spend more time with something, even a family member, a child, then you are idolizing it because you're putting it above God, and that becomes an idol within itself. And at one point in my life, I would have said that Mary Tyler Moore was my idol because I just thought she was so great. And if I looked up to anyone at that time, it was definitely Mary Tyler Moore. She didn't know it, but she was my best friend. I watched her every single day. I laughed with her. I cried with her. I was there with her. And, I just wish so much that I could have gave her a big hug. I loved Mary Tyler Moore. One time, Oprah got surprised.
I wanted to be there with you. I did try, and so this is second best, just to call you and say I love you.
Mary, if you would have showed up here, I'd have just died.
Well,
Mary Tyler Moore, one of the greatest ever. I love her. Thank you, Mary, for being such an inspiration to us all of us women in television. Thank you very much.
And even though Oprah had so much money, she could have bought Mary Tyler Moore over and over again. The amount of money that Oprah Winfrey has. But when Mary Tyler Moore walked out, she cried. Oprah Winfrey cried. At that point, when you have that much money, it has nothing to do with money. It has everything to do with the principle. It has everything to do with character. It's what makes her happy. It's the things that money just can't buy because she's just got too much of it. She really does. But Mary made her cry, and that is so amazing. So I respected Mary for the character that she played, to Dick Van Dyke, as a good wife to Rob, and such a wonderful mother to Richie, and a best friend to Millie, and just so likable everywhere she went. To Mary Tyler Moore, the respect that she got, how kind she was. She had a purpose. She had a meaning. She was very inspiring. But the thing about it was, that was not who she was in her real life. So when we make idols of people and we idolize them for what they do, we don't know the lives that they are living behind closed doors or when the cameras turn off. Mary, bless her heart, she struggled with things. You may have a completely different thing in your life. It may not be alcohol. It was for Mary. Maybe it's overeating for you. Maybe it's, language. You can't control your language. Maybe, it's those TV shows and maybe the bars that you don't want to give up. We need to take the motes out of our eyes and not judge. And we need to understand that these people are human beings. Mary was an alcoholic in real life. And sadly, Mary had diabetes from a young age. And it was natural to her. Her body just did not create insulin. Mary was a good person by the world's standards, though. She, stood on behalf of the Diabetes Association. She did so much good things. She really, really did. She had good character. She did. She had really good character, and that's what I look up to. Mary did an interview not too long before she passed away. And someone asked her about her faith. She just wasn't really, she didn't have a set faith. And if you look it up on Google, you'll see that she said she was a Catholic. Her husband was Jewish. And she honestly, I believe, clung more to the Jewish faith, but it was only very, very lightly. It was only very lightly that she did. So she didn't really have a foundation to stand on. And what breaks my heart is so many people covet the lives of those who are rich and famous, who they idolize. But because they don't know what goes on behind closed doors, they wouldn't want their life. It's too much. It's just too much. But what I do know, though they are famous and though they are actresses, singers, whatever it is that they might be, they are still human beings. Mary Tyler Moore, she was a human being and she had to stand before God just like everybody else. Guys, there's only so much lipstick that you can put on a pig. But you know what, Mary, she maintained that humbleness until the day she died. And I look up to Mary. I want to look at her like she influenced my life. God put Mary Tyler Moore in my life for a reason. I've spent so much time with Mary Tyler Moore. But instead of calling her an idol, guys, I want you to be more careful with the way that you say things. Let's just say that they influence us. These people influence our personalities, the things that we do. But we don't idolize them, and we don't need to covet them because that is also a part of the 10 Commandments. But I will tell you that Mary Tyler Moore, she influenced me. She did, highly influenced me. I hope that that helped somebody today. And I hope that you enjoyed my video. I know that my new song is coming out Friday, and I've just done so much. I'm so busy. I've got so much that I'm doing right now, and honestly, I'm so overjoyed that it is hard to make a video right now, but I will never give up because Jesus doesn't take a day off. So I'm not going to take that day off either. So today I am going to sing a very special song. It's called I Am Blessed. And if you don't know it, I think that you'll want to learn it because this one's a really good one. It's catchy and I believe that you'll enjoy it because we are blessed. We are so blessed. And I tell you what, this is the best week of my life. The last few weeks has been a blur and I am so blessed. So I'm going to sing this from my heart to Jesus. I am blessed. I am blessed. I am blessed. Every day that I live, I am blessed. When I wake up in the morning till I lay my head to rest, I am blessed. Yes, I am blessed. Through the sunshine and rain, even sorrow and pain, Jesus is still my comfort and guide. And his love comforts me, and his grace has set me free. And someday I shall stand by his side. I am blessed. I am blessed. Every day that I live, well, I am blessed. When I wake up in the morning till I lay my head to rest, I am blessed. Yes, I am blessed. I have shoes for my feet. I have plenty to eat. And a home in heaven by and by. Brothers and sisters on this earth, they are mine by my new birth. And we shall share in that home beyond the sky. I am blessed. I am blessed. For every day that I live, I am blessed. When I wake up in the morning till I lay my head to rest, I am blessed. Yes, I am blessed. I am blessed. Yes, we are blessed. Thank you so much, guys, for sticking with me. I really do appreciate it. I thank you for all your support. I highly encourage you to come back on Friday on the 23rd and check out my new song. Everything you know is in your mind, and I promise, I know that because it's God inspired, someone out there is going to grow for God. They really are. And that if you haven't already, that you'll consider subscribing to my channel and being a part of what God has for me and my ministry. I would love for you to be a part of it. I just want to tell each and every one of you that I love you and that I hope that you have a beautiful and blessed day.
Thank you for watching my video.